Okay.
Okay, are we live? We're live. Hey, everybody. Sorry we're late. We were lost in the wrong back room here. Thank you, Linda, for hosting us at StreamYard, and thank you everybody for being here with us at Meetup for our very first self-care art for your heart and soul. My name is Debbie Happy Cohen. I'm here up the mountains in Lookout Mountain with
Julie Jordan,
and we are being hosted by
Linda Barhands, and I am
Linda Barhands in
Seminole, Florida.
In St. Pete. We had one of our members today asked about meeting other people in different areas around that area, so we'll talk about that. But I think, Linda, you wanted to start with reading our intention, but yes. I'm kind of wondering if other people can see us. If you can see us, if you can hear us, please write in the StreamYard chat. So we'll get to experience your presence here with us. Just say hi. That would be really wonderful. Can hear you and see you. I can hear you and see you. Yay! Thank you. Oh my God, I can see and hear you. Yay! Because otherwise it just looks like it's the three of us. So Linda, you wanted to start with we set an intention when we were coming up with this idea, and so.
So the three of us got together because we decided we were going to do this workshop, and we wanted to set an intention. And what we've done is we've read this intention every day for the past few weeks before, together and separately. So our intention is we want people to feel stronger by being more connected to their hearts and souls in a beautiful, handmade, heartfelt messages, words, and colors. We want to promote our own individual products and increase awareness in the world with what we have to offer. So this is the first one, and this is where we are, and we're very excited to be here.
Yeah, we each have projects that are really cool, and we have a lot of fun with this. And Linda, I want to just give you credit for doing all the work you do for caregivers, and that when we originally talked about this idea for self-care art, you understood me to say, that we were going to make art for the person that the caregiver was taking care of. And I said, no, this art is for the caregivers. And then when you understood that, you were like, well, I think this should be for everybody, not just for caregivers. And so that's how we landed here today.
Right.
And so I was going to talk next about who, what, where, when, why, how. Okay, so here at Joy-Based Living, we have a really unique way of approaching who we are. And the thing that we celebrate the most here is the greatness of your soul, of your spirit, of the essence of your being. And so that's who we are addressing here is the best in you. It's relatedness without any agenda. It's connection with yourself and with others that is based on the joy that you are. We're doing art. We're bringing words and colors together in a way that you don't need to have any particular skill set. You just have to have willingness, courage, creativity, willingness to explore your creativity. And imagine like if a 3-year-old gave their grandparent a thing that they colored.
Someone's holding up a painted rock.
Oh, that's really cool. So we're going to kind of dive into the depths of some of that. I want to give you a little piece of Joy-Based Living right here, right now, where you can give yourself some assessments. And then after I do that, we're going to read the things that you wrote in your RSVPs about what brings you joy. That was just so cool. I'm a little bit out of order here, so I'm just going to finish what I'm saying, and then we'll come back to that. I think y'all can handle it. And so at Joy-Based Living, the reason we call this self-care art expression for your heart and soul is because at Joy-Based Living, we acknowledge this is called the JBL trifecta. We look at spiritual connection, we look at healing trauma, and we look at peak performance. But peak performance isn't about what everybody else wants of you. It's about your best self emerging. And so if you take this as a self-assessment, I've noticed that the most joyful people have high scores on each one of these. So think about your spiritual connection. Think about healing trauma in terms of your own self-connection, because trauma is defined as disconnection from self. And think about peak performance. Where would you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 on each one of these? What I've noticed is that people who score high on all three have the most authentic joy and can handle me when I'm at my worst or when I'm at my best. And what does worst and best mean? We have another joy-based living tool for that, and that is the emotional scale. You can use this as an assessment as well to go, well, what kind of message do I need by my bedside? If I'm really down here feeling shame or powerlessness, it's real different than if I'm feeling acceptance, willingness, courage, or if I'm experiencing joy, appreciation, and love. We need different messages for different states of being. And you can ask yourself, where am I living generally at this time in my life? And wherever you are is totally cool. We welcome you. We accept you exactly where you are. And I'm going to give you one more thing to think about, because it just came through recently and it's really good. This is 4 ingredients for a joyful life. So you can be thinking about these as well as you're thinking about what kind of messages that have meaning to you that you want to write. Number 1, have conviction based on your core values. Number 2, spread your wings. Number 3, be still on the inside. And number 4, make friends. And so that's what we're doing here. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
So now you're getting to know a little bit about the basis of joy-based living. That was pretty good to do that in like less than 5 minutes. I couldn't do that a few years ago. So that's been my growth path. And Julie's been with me along the way in a really big way. And we want to, I didn't want that to sound weird. We're not together. We're not a couple. She's married. She's married to Pat.
We've been
really good friends.
Yes.
Since you were caregiving your mom.
Absolutely.
So so you were part of the inspiration for bringing you on board here, because you are also artistic, not autistic, artistic.
Yes,
Sometimes
questionable.
Questionable. So we wanted to read to you what brings you joy, but we wanted to do it in a way that would also be respectful to you. There's that line between honoring and neglecting, and we want to read you your answers without mentioning your names, so that this way, if people want to maintain their privacy, they can. But we also want to honor the sincerity of your responses. So we asked you in your RSVP, what brings you joy? And now I've just lost it.
Uh-oh. There's some beautiful responses.
You bring me joy.
Yay! I swear it was here 2 seconds ago.
It was.
I'm dying.
Okay.
Okay.
While she's looking for that, I want you to think of what kind of words you want to use in your message. What kind of words you want to say to yourself. What kind of words make you feel good? Because words are very powerful. I always say that I am are the 2 most powerful words in the English language, because whatever you say after that becomes your reality. So if you walk around going, I'm tired, I'm tired, I'm tired. Yep, I am. He's got I am on a rock too. If you say I'm tired, you're tired. Years ago I was going through a tough time. People say, how you doing? And I said I was hanging in there. And then one day I thought, who wants to be hanging in there? That's horrible. So now I always say I'm joyful and grateful. And sometimes they look at me with a little crooked head and I say, some days I'm joyfully challenged, but I'm always grateful. So did you find your stuff, Deb?
Well, actually, I think that Meetup removed it as soon as as soon as I entered. Meetup removed that information from this area. So
do you remember
if I find it by tomorrow, I will read it tomorrow, because we'll meet tomorrow. So
it wouldn't be under that, would it?
No, no, because it's a Meetup thing. So what we're going to do is to give you all an agenda. Tonight, we're going to talk about messages and mantras and materials. And I feel bad about that. And then tomorrow we're going to talk about tips and tricks that you can use. Like, just to give you an example, if you use a Sharpie marker directly on a piece of wood, it's not going to come out clean. So we want to give you the tips and tricks, like it'll come out fuzzy. It'll bleed. It'll bleed. The marker, the ink will bleed. And so little things like that. You might wonder how we make some of the ones really pretty. Then we'll teach you those. And then on Wednesday, we'll give you a chance to show and tell. And Linda, as you're watching people do stuff, are we able to see what you're watching when they're lifting up their little rocks and things? I don't know where you're looking.
Nobody's lifting up anything right now.
But when they were, we don't have access to that. I just want you to know that we're not seeing that on our screen.
And I can only see whatever comes up. But
right.
There's somebody, he keeps holding up different rocks with different messages on it. I love that. One time somebody left some rocks with messages in my garden. I didn't even know who they were.
Yeah.
It made me happy.
Yeah, I almost picked up one of my painted rocks to bring and show everybody, but didn't have to. Somebody already had that covered.
Well, I made this box a couple of weeks ago. Can you see it?
Yes. Yep. Bring it closer. There you go. Mm-hmm. It says breathe in peace and breathe out love.
And that's about as talented as I can get. I painted this box black, and then I wrote those words on there and put a couple of stickers, but I love these words. Mm-hmm. So I have this on a place in my house where I am quite often, which is in my studio. So every time I see that, because we really do need to breathe in peace and breathe out love. We need to breathe.
We need to breathe, exactly.
Breathe. So it doesn't have to be anything snazzy, that's for sure.
Right.
And so you were going to say something, Linda, about taking ownership of the mantra. You were really excited about that. I think that's a really cool thing.
When you pick out your words, whatever you want to say, I am loved, I am peaceful, I am great, whatever your words are that go with you, you're choosing these words. These are the words you want. This is your mantra. This is how you want to feel. So I want you to own it. Not just I'm putting some words out there. I want you to think about what words you use before you put on it, because the pieces of art that we create, hopefully you're going to be looking at every day. And it could be the start of a lot of other things too. I have other messages around my house. I have this message that someone made for me a long time ago, and it says, "Good morning, this is God. I will be handling all of your problems today. I will not need your help. So have a good day. I love you." And I keep that right in my bathroom every morning. I see that. And a couple of other messages. So I just want you to own what your mantra is. The one, the main thing that you decide to make out of this workshop, your best piece, or the one thing you're going to make. I want you to own those words. Does that make sense?
I think that makes complete sense. And I like to say that love notes last longer when you write them on a wood block.
Yeah.
These are like love notes to yourself. And so part of my standards for myself, for the Joy-Based Living Building Block Village, standards isn't the right word. Part of the rules for what goes in here is that it is friendly, it is pick upable. When I have my friend who comes here to clean the place, the biggest joke is, what's she gonna knock down today? And when the brain gets repetition plus emotional embodiment, which is what you're talking about, owning it, and when you actually use your physical body to move something, the brain says to itself, oh, this is important, pay attention. And that's why I like the blocks to be small enough. This one says, this little block of time is mine, mine, mine.
Oh, that's so cute.
Right? And the playfulness helps the mind also to bypass any objections. Because you ever have a mantra and you're like, oh, I want to have this or do that or be that. And it doesn't stick because you have an argument against it.
Yeah.
So when you make it playful.
Serious.
Well, yeah, when it's too serious, and when you make it playful, you bypass the objections in your mind and you go deeper into your subconscious with the messages. So that's just an example. So the rules for the Joy-Based Living Building Block Village is small, paintable, pick upable, and friendly to you, that you feel like you want to pick it up, you want to touch it, you want to look at it, like imagining that you were a younger person who likes to be playful. So you were going to talk about.
I am a younger person that loves it.
Oh, I know that about you. It's why the three of us get along here. I mean, truly. And I think people who are joining in, do you all feel like younger people, like you like being playful?
Right.
I mean, you're here because you want to color and you want to add positivity into your world. And I think we need that. I think we need that now more than ever.
Absolutely.
So you were going to talk about materials.
Materials. Well, okay. So we have covered the little blocks of wood.
Little blocks of wood.
I have a lot of little blocks of wood around my house because we've been doing some construction stuff, and my husband keeps trying to throw them out in the burn pile. And before the burn, I'm out there just scavenging pieces of wood, and it's been driving him crazy. But I'm amassing quite a collection.
Or she'll call me and go, Pat's going to burn some wood. Come pick some out.
Help, don't let it burn.
Oh, look at what Ken Simmons wrote. You bring out the little kid in me. Yay!
So one of my favorite things, other than very fine pieces of wood, is, I just like to go for what's handy. And I find that I go for cardboard quite a bit. Like, I have all these perfectly sized pieces of cardboard that I don't know what they came out of, something I've purchased lately. And, oh yes, I meant to bring mine, but I didn't have to.
Julie made this, and it's in the Building Block Village. I've had it for about 2 years now.
Oh, no.
Right? At least 3?
5.
5 years.
So
it says magic on, and it's a stick.
It was a party
It's a branch.
gift. Y'all were coming over to the house, and I felt like I needed a party gift. And so it's a little flower.
And it says magic on one side, and what does it say on the other?
Faux to happy D. We were having a bonfire, and anyway, so faux means, or feu, I don't know. It's French. Fire of happy D.
The fire of happy D.
Yes. So cardboard is great, and I've got a lovely box today that has all kinds of cellular messages. I mean,
Go ahead and lift it up. Let people see it.
It is. Oh, it says at the very top, "You are unique, but never alone."
Cool.
Yeah.
So
Show them the one that your friend made for you. That you showed me earlier. Out of the apple box.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. So this is my friend Claudia and Debbie's friend Claudia, and this was something with their iPhone or something.
The box that the phone was shipped in.
Yeah. And so she created this beautiful little piece of art, and she took, she cut out words from a magazine, and then she did some stamping and threw some feathers in there, a little packing material here. And
it's just cool that you can make something out of nothing.
Yep, absolutely. Any little thing hanging around. It says, "Be like a feather on the breath of God." And so I hung it in my yoga studio / closet, and with Gorilla Tape. So, you don't have to be very fancy to do these things. And so I like to do cardboard. I also like to add, I live in the woods, so a lot of times I will find little pieces of lichen, some bark, acorns, and I will add those. Where's your little fairy D? Here's one, a little bitty one that I made for Debbie. And it has an owl's feather and some, little flowers.
And a piece of glass and a little mini acorn.
You can, if you have little scraps of jewelry, if you want to punch it up a little bit. I collect all these things and just put them in boxes and wonder what I'm going to do with them. So this is a little shard of pottery that I found. broken jewelry, a snail shell. A lot of folks are in
Clearwater, St.
Clearwater,
Pete.
so shells, sand, all that good stuff. Here's something that I'm going to use at some point that I pulled out of the fire.
That's crazy.
I know, isn't that a cute little dog?
Mm-hmm.
Beads, buttons, just whatever is around that draws you to it. Doesn't have to be fancy. Like my paint pens are just like, I got these at the Dollar General.
Yeah.
And Debbie has some really nice ones and some beautiful colors.
So these are Posco markers. So these are just some of them. So we wanted you to see that you can really, this started with nothing. This started with blank wood blocks. And I learned as I went, and then I learned that Sharpie markers on plain wood blocks doesn't work very well because they bleed. And so these are like acrylic markers that are fancy. They're called Posco. And we'll talk more about those tips and tricks tomorrow, but we wanted to give you some ideas today, and we wanted you to share with us what are some mantras that you that speak to your heart, like anything that you already have in mind or anything that we said already that's touching you, or any materials that you really are drawn to.
And we'd like to keep the conversation going on through Meetup.
Yeah.
StreamYard doesn't capture everything.
Okay.
That's where the group is based.
Yeah.
So we want you to tell us all good stuff on Meetup. Right, girl?
Yes.
Totally. But right now, if there's anything you want to share right now. You rock, God wins. Those are two separate. Yeah, you rock and God wins. Yeah, I like that. Someone said to us when we were traveling through Chattanooga, we were at the bridge, and someone who was like singing a guitar, he said to us, "Love always wins," and we were like, "Yes, it does." Yeah. Anything else? Anyone else want to share? Any favorite mantras that you have taken ownership of in the past or now that could help others, inspire others?
I think they're thinking about it.
Yeah. It's a lot to think about.
It is.
It's a lot to think about.
It is.
What do you want to use?
I found this quote today.
Yeah.
That, my favorite thing is little things or big things, but I found this, it fell out of a notebook. It's by Mary Oliver, and it says, "Keep some room in your heart for the unimaginable." And so, when you're working on these things, that's kind of a good jumping off point, because you just don't know. Just look around you and you'll be surprised what you can find to create.
Well, I like the mantra, be open to the possibilities.
Yep.
Because there's tons of possibilities. If you're open, wow, you get to do a whole bunch of cool stuff.
Yep.
And then somebody wrote, oh yes, Ken wrote that. Keep yourself open to new possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. And Deja Lee wrote, "I'm safe no matter what."
That's good.
That's really good. That's really, 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 really good. I have written on my mirror just the word tenderness to remind me to be more tender with myself. Because I have a tendency to be more tender with others, and tenderness felt like a good one-word mantra.
Yeah, it's good if you can keep it short and sweet.
Yeah.
You get it. You know what it is. You get it. You picked it.
Yep.
Aw.
Oh, I like that. You can smile in any language.
Oh, I like that too.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, there's more.
Believe you can and you're halfway there.
Yeah, believe you can and you're halfway there. Sing to the trees and the flowers. Aw. And then most obstacles in your life are those you place in front of yourself.
Ain't that the truth?
Well, if that brings to mind like an imagery of like a dog, because I used to do dog agility with my dog, right? And so you put all the obstacles there for fun, right? Embrace the journey. Embrace the journey. Yeah, like this is a really, really like a great opportunity to just like tune in and go, wow, what really speaks to me that I would love to be looking at for the next few months. Play in the puddles. Ooh, I've got rain boots for that.
And you're gonna see too, when we first planned this, I made a couple of other things and people wanted them, so I gave them to them. So it's nice to just make a little tiny thing and your friend says they like it and share it with them.
Mm-hmm.
And then, it's just a good thing.
So Linda, I would love for you to share with everybody what you were writing on for the first two that you tried when we were talking about making these.
Actually,
I just thought it was so cool.
I had empty firecracker canisters because it was after 4th of July. And you know those canisters they blow the fireworks out of? Well, they're really nice. I painted them. I spray painted them, put messages on them. And one, I put a cup in it and you could put flowers out of the top too. That's the one my girlfriend took. But it was just fun.
Yeah. So like for our meetup group here, if there's anybody, if you think of any other materials that we didn't say, I mean, there could be so many, like
endless.
So but definitely please share them and then you'll give us ideas.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let's see, we got materials. And then I think we wanted to we're coming to a close. I kind of feel like we're coming to a close. Y'all agree? Yeah. So we wanted to just give a little bit of a share of what each one of us is up to right now. And, as we do meet up, as we do joy-based living, we want you to like be meeting with people that you can really resonate with and share your stuff with. And so we wanted to share for each one of us what we're each doing right now that we're excited about, that we want you to know about in case you'd like to join us on the gifts we're bringing to the world. So Linda, do you want to share?
Sure. So my name is Linda Burhans and I am the gal who cares for the caregivers with love, laughter, and lessons learned, because I got a whole bunch of that. So I do support groups and workshops for caregivers, education on Alzheimer's and dementia. Just let them know that they're not alone, help them find resources. And right now I'm in the midst of planning a 3-day virtual seminar, November 2nd, 3rd, and 4th with like 18 presenters, just bringing great information to caregivers, and everything will be free. So I'll keep you guys posted. I'm so glad that you came here tonight. I love making new friends.
And you have a radio show at YouTube. If people wanted to find you, how could they find you at YouTube for your radio show?
Connecting Caregivers Radio or Linda Burhans, either one.
There you go.
Yeah.
And you had said, Julie, that you wished that you had known about Linda's caregiving work, because over 50% of people now are going to at some point have to caregive or be in the position of caregiving. And so Linda, you had said, I wish I'd known about Linda while Mom was still here.
Yeah.
Well, the latest stats from 2015 till now, there are 10 million more caregivers, family caregivers.
Yeah, so what you're doing is really important. And so this is why that was part of our intention, is to share the projects that we're up to. So this is important. So if you know people who need help with caregiving or anything like that, we need to support the caregivers here. So that's what we're up to.
Yeah.
So what are you up to?
That's just always a good question.
What do you love? What excites you?
Well, again, little things are big things, and the little things that excite me are our cells in our bodies and keeping them healthy, and it's just fascinating to me, the innate wisdom of our bodies, and so I introduce people to products that can help with that, just help with really cellular communication. And just like when people can speak to each other clearly and you can hear me and I can hear you, the message gets through, and the same thing happens with our body. So it's something that has made a huge difference in my life and my family's, and so I share it. And I make little art projects and decorate
Yes,
places.
Yeah.
Bring your friend tonight?
What's that?
Is your friend with you tonight?
Jonathan?
You know who I'm talking about, yeah.
Jonathan has a new seat. If you scoot just a tiny bit, I can scoot him over. Yeah, Jonathan. She loves Jonathan. Julie loves Jonathan. I don't know how easy this is going to be. Jonathan has has a new chair.
Maybe tomorrow.
Well,
maybe. Jonathan,
here, lean him over like that.
There he is.
Jonathan is photobombing.
I want more friends.
Jonathan loves making friends. Okay, so I'll share what I'm excited about.
Do it.
So my name is Debbie Happy Cohen. I'm the founder of this amazing community called Joy-Based Living. And right now, the thing I'm most excited about is 100 days of spirituality workout. And it's called Presence, like presencing yourself. And today was day number 47, and it's going strong, man. So if you want more information about that, you can check it out at joybasedliving.com and just click on the square that says presence. It's presence. And so that's about us. And we're going to want to know more about you guys as we go along. We're really excited that you're here. And do y'all feel complete for today? I'm feeling complete. Linda?
Fabulous. I'm glad everybody that came tonight. I look forward to seeing everybody tomorrow. And
please write at Meetup. Right, and we'll create a discussion that says messages and materials, messages with meaning and mantras and materials, so you can write in that area, and you can post pictures there as well. Okay. So thank you, everybody. Thanks, Linda. Thanks, Julie.
Have a delicious evening, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Toodaloo.